Is that actually doing anything?
Yeah. Check. I mean, I can still hear it a little
Okay.
bit. How much
Yeah,
lower can you go before it's like, I don't want you that you, just in case you can't hear it, I don't want you going solo. You have to lip read. How's that?
How about
Check, check.
that? Yeah, I
Hey,
can still hear you. I can't hear myself on your side now.
okay. Check. Yeah, that's great. Does that work? That's great. I can't hear
Check.
it. That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. That's fine, man. All right. Okay. How do you want me to? Do you want me to just say Marty? Do you want just Marty, just your name? Do you want board? Do you want? I can just say
Just
Marty.
patient zero, number one fan, all of that good stuff.
I love it. All right, here we go, buddy. You ready? Let's rock and
Mhm.
roll. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Unlimited Lives, everybody. It is me, TJ, and I have a fun special guest who does all the behind the scenes work, who won a contest that he was the only applicant for. Marty, everybody. Patient Zero, the man, the myth, the legend. How are you? So,
Hello,
so
gamers. Hello, Tej.
how
Oh my
great
god,
is it?
this is
What a dream come true.
yeah. I'm podcasting with the voice of a million dead Guidos right now. It's amazing the amount of times I've run over you in the street and I didn't even know it. Oh my
That
god.
is, and if Gotham Knights did any better, you'd be like, "Hey, I beat you up in Gotham Knights."
I
That poor.
mean, these days I'm kind of pitching one of those goblins in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad about you not liking Elden Ring. It's okay.
Yeah. So this is great, man. I
So
think
how's it going?
it's going, it's going as good as it can be. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, or if you do follow the show on TikTok at TJ Del Reno, you'll notice the quality is worse for me, just because Marty was trying to assist me with my camera shitting the bed. And it's there's nothing like being financially strapped and then equipment just shitting the bed. It's one of life's great moments. So I gotta look into getting a webcam so I can get back, because how I set, it's like when you set up, if anyone streams or does stuff, how you have your setup, you set it up one way and everything works because you've set it up that one way. And then when you have to use a webcam, like I'm in an internet cafe, I have to prop it up on 8 books, turn it sideways. The green screen isn't even reaching the whole room. I mean, boy, oh boy. But I digress. What a week for games. What a week for the Game Awards. Did you watch the Game Awards?
Gotta say I didn't. I do like going to bed at a reasonable time. I did. I flew into New York just for this recording, right?
That's right.
This is a
Yeah,
one-off. I'm
I
not
had you
working
fly
tomorrow.
in, then I put you up at a Hilton,
But
and you're about 20 minutes down the road from me. But I said, you know what? Let's do virtual so I could really make myself crazy with the bad camera, which would be nuts. So you didn't,
that's
yeah.
right. I mean, I've been to Dangerfields and everything.
Oh my God, that closed. Dangerfield's closed. Caroline's is closing. They're all closing.
Uh, I mean, I broke into Caroline's and Dangerfields and maybe the Creek and the Cave if that's still
Oh my God, Creek in the Cave is gone. God,
there.
Marty, you poor thing. Creek in the Cave is in Texas
And the
now.
camera just froze.
Oh, I can still see you. You're good. Creek in the Cave is gone. I did not enjoy the game. I've been a very bad gamer. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the trailers. I've been a real piece of shit about it. I think it's like I was talking to you off camera. I think my drive for gaming might be I'm trying to think. I don't want it to come to a close, but it seems like the passion for wanting to watch what's new and get excited about stuff just feels dead. I feel kind of hollow inside just about it.
No, I
But
kind of get the feeling they're not willing to reinvent the wheel. We're looking at Final
yeah.
Fantasy 16,
Ugh.
which no one asked for.
Nope.
More Horizon, which
That's
I
fine.
don't think anybody asked for at all.
No, but it was
It's
good.
in
Horizon
VR.
Forbidden West, and they were good. I enjoyed them. Very similar. Games are very similar, but
I mean, the VG Awards.
yeah. So we have so now we talked about it last week, all the nominees. So why don't you, Marty, let's hear about the winners of the Game of the Year Awards 2022. Also,
Well, as you know,
before you start, just because I know everyone saw this, I did make a Tiki Talk about it. Some kid went on stage when the Game of the Year award was won and made a weird reference. Did you see that kid? The Bill Clinton kid?
Bill Clinton kid,
Yeah, so a kid
did he play
he went on
saxophone on stage? And
now that would have been actually funny. So when the Game of the Year, the game that won was a mainly Japanese developer, so the stage is kind of full of the Japanese developers on stage, and there's this little Timothy Chalamet looking kid hovering behind them, and then he moved up when the award was done, and he walked up. He's like, "I would like it to. I would. Let me see if I might actually still have the audio." Which would be good for an audio medium podcast. I might have the audio of he basically went on stage and said he made like a weird joke that just wasn't really funny. And it is come on, what are we doing? I know I have it here for fact because I made a Tiki Talk about it. And where pool. Well, I'm very prepared. As they say. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. I think I have it in here somewhere. This is always good radio. It's me hunting for shit. Like an idiot. Okay. There's no reason this shouldn't just be accessible. All right. He said something like he wants to award the award to his rabbi Bill Clinton. And it was like, what? Which is so weird. You know?
I mean, is he not like Catholic Bill Clinton?
Yeah. Yeah. He I can't believe I downloaded it. This is out of control. Yeah, so he seemed like he said it should all right. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it's not. I mean, it's in the two places it should be. It's not for some reason. Then he got arrested. This kid got arrested.
Create the games we want to
Here we
create
go.
and do our best because of you. Thank you so much.
So that's spoiler free. So they oh, here we go. So he's like, you ready?
Hey, Martin.
Hey, Martin.
Real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
And then as he says it, people are like do you see two shadows swarming the stage? And then the kid got arrested.
What was that kid even?
I don't know. Can you imagine Marty getting arrested for something that unfunny?
I mean, yeah, I'm British.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. He's just some kid, and he got arrested when he got off stage. But it's like, I guess Marty is his friend or something. I mean, he went viral, but he got arrested. But it's like, make it funny. If you're gonna crash an award show, make a gaming reference or something. His rabbi, Bill Clinton. I'm like, it's just weird. Anyway, that was a long way to go, Marty, for not worth it. Okay.
Well,
What
you
were you
know
gonna
what?
say?
Well, I'm
What?
telling you what. I was going to say what is worth it is Christopher Judge's performance in God of War Ragnarok.
You're correct. I didn't
Now,
know that he was from
look,
Stargate. You put that in, and I was like, oh, he was in Stargate.
he's the
never knew
beautiful
that.
man with the eyelashes and the
Yes.
lipstick and the pouting.
Yeah, I never
How,
knew it. I didn't.
you need to hand
I
in your
know.
gun and badge right now and leave.
Do you know what's interesting is my fiance loves Stargate, and we started watching SG1, and I never knew who he was. I thought Christopher Judge was just some voice actor dude that was Kratos for years that just kind of fell into it. And then knowing that, I'm like, yeah, I thought he was. I thought he was just some like no-name person like me who just like did the audition, booked it, and was like, all right. And then was the voice for years. And I'm like, oh, this dude was on Stargate for years. And I wonder what else he did. He's wonderful, by the way. He's so good at I was playing God of War right before the show. What's his name? Christopher
Judge.
That's right. Is it K or is it C? It's a C.
It's definitely a C.
It is a C. I don't know where it'd be a K. He is huge. If you look at his face, he has giant jowls. He met
he's got a Clark Kent jaw.
Oh, he definitely does. Yeah. Let's see what he did. He did tons of stuff. Yeah. I mean, this is what it's so funny how a video game didn't make him, but it, kind of did. Wow. He did tons of. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting as someone does. I wish I could go the opposite is turn a voiceover into a TV guy. He was in MacGyver was his first show that he was in as a character. 21 Jump Street, Booker. Oh my God, he was in House Party too. Fresh Prince, he was a workman. And then Just Cause. Oh my God, there's a TV series called Just Cause, and I thought it was the video game adaptation. I was like, what? Yeah, and he started doing voiceover, Def Jam.
I would have thought it was kind of too big for that.
But... yeah. Magneto, he was in X-Men Evolution. And then, then he just kind of like Stargate, 211 episodes. Yeah. And he also was in Turok, I guess the game. And then every Stargate. Man, what a great, like, when you get something like Stargate and then you keep coming back. And then the rest of his all voices. Dark Knight, he was a mercenary. Where's God of War? Did he only... Oh, wait a second. Oh, because Christopher Judge, I don't know if you know this, Marty. He came in. Who did the voice of Kratos before him?
I just kind of assumed it was always him.
I always assumed too. Let me see if I wonder if... Because 2018 God of War, but like God of War's been around forever. Oh my God. Yeah, let's see. This is War. It just always
I mean, a lot of those guys from TV Time do end up getting video game gigs. Howling Mad Murdoch from the A-Team, of course, best known as Machen from Final Fantasy X. Of Kratos.
Oh, here we go. Original Kratos. Oh, see, it was Christopher Judge replaced T.C. Carson in the latest God of War entry, and Sony failed to communicate the recast. This is the bullshit I'm talking about. So who is TC Carton? He was the original franchise back in 2005, all the way up to Ascension in 2013. And that is bull.
Including Soul Calibur as well.
Oh, was he in Soul Calibur too?
Yeah, every console had an exclusive character at the
Wow.
time. So I think the GameCube had Link from Zelda.
Yeah.
X had Spawn and another character, like an OC, and then PS2 had Kratos, which is probably the best out of the three. It probably fits the best.
Yeah. He still does a lot of VO. But I mean, again, it's like imagine going to work at a job and then you go in one day and your boss is like, "What are you doing here?" You're like, I thought I'd work because I work here." And they're like, "No, this guy works here now. People know him more. It's a popularity contest. People know him more, so he's got the job." I can't believe that's not the original Kratos. I can't believe it. Wow, that sucks. That
The name
sucks,
of
man.
everything,
Oh, I broke
including
up.
Solid Snake. What was that guy's name?
For Solid Snake, that I'm not sure. If you want to look that up,
It's the same kind of thing.
I just don't understand why they keep changing. It's just annoying that they keep, like it's bullshit. Because that dude was Kratos for 8. I don't know how many games, 5, 6 games. Ascension was all the way. I mean, he even did the PlayStation 3, like third one. But it's like that's your thing, and now it's not. And then you look at like Bayonetta, that voice actress did it backwards, however that worked. Because
wow.
hers was like either she screwed something up or again, maybe Nintendo just wanted to get a different voice actress. I don't know. I feel like she asked for more money. She asked for a lot of money, and I think they just recast her. She was a problem. But it's that thing of like, nothing in this business I'm in, which is shit and dog shit. Nothing is stable. Nothing. And it's a real shame that, this guy TC heard about a new God of War for PS4. And he's like, "Oh, this is excellent. Now I'm going to be Kratos again." And they're like, "No." And then they don't even tell him. The game just came out probably. And he was like, "Why am I not in this?" I mean, it's so gross. All right. Let's get into the game awards, but that was a good side tangent. Let's do this. So, what do we got, Marty, for the game awards? Should we start with game of the year? You want to go for it? You could read the who won game of the year.
I'm getting horrible lag, by the way. So if I kind of freeze or look a bit confused for anybody watching, I'm working off a potato,
internet.
which is 5 years
That's
old, because nothing is working today.
Yeah, I know. Well, nothing is. You're completely correct. Yeah. So we
it's
got
my
Game
turn
of the
now,
Year
isn't it?
awards. So who won Game of the Year, which is what this whole award show is about? Who won Game of the Year?
So the winner of Game of the Year 2022 was, of course, my boy, Elden Ring.
Wow. Your boy, Elden
My
Ring.
boy.
That's awesome. I can't believe. So you really like Elden Ring a lot, huh? I think it's great.
Surprised, honestly. God of War ended up winning Best Narrative.
That makes sense.
I mean, it's pretty great. I was very amazed that Elden Ring got nominated for Best Narrative in the first place, because if you're a casual gamer, there is no narrative in that game.
Oh yeah, with Elden Ring. I mean, that's what I was saying. Was like I said that on I made a TikTok about it, and it's like, I had a bunch of comments being like, "Oh, just because story's not spoon fed to you, you think there isn't a story." And it's like God of War is a story. Like that's a story. The narrative is awesome. It continues. It's like, what's the narrative in Elden Ring? Is like, I'm gonna go fight this really obnoxious boss. Oh, I died. 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 Oh, I beat him. Now I'm gonna walk west. It's like, what? Where's the story? You know?
I mean, the whole plot is basically let's burn down a tree and murder a lady who is also a guy at the same time. That's about it. Nobody's playing it for the plot.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, no one played it for the plot, and then people on my video when I said that,
So we also have
that Elden Ring
best
was going to get
direction.
best narrative was
Elden Ring.
nominated. I was like, that's horse shit. Like, there's no narrative. All right, so God of War won best narrative. That's great. Best direction. Who won that?
So Elden Ring.
Wow. What does that mean? Best direction.
Again, it's not mocapped. The voice acting's mediocre, so it can't be that. Unless it means art direction, because frankly, Caelid, Witcher 4, it's meant to be a poison swamp full of rotting things, but it's very pretty. It's a Hieronymus Bosch of a swamp. It's amazing. Everything's red and pink and iridescent, and it's full of interesting things. But again, God of War Ragnarok really should have taken that home. But I think as you discussed last week, score by Bear McCreary, of course, who did the soundtrack for Ragnarok.
Awesome.
They also went home with the best audio design.
Great.
And of course, as we've discussed, led into best performance by Christopher Judge.
Great. And then best indie game. Did you play Stray? They won best indie game.
I did not. I didn't play a lot of games this year, funnily enough. You'd think with everything that's gone on the past 2 years, there'd be nothing to do but play games. But all I know about Stray is I watched a YouTube series of Stray where everything's been replaced with Peter Griffin from Family Guy. That's my entire reference of that game.
It was all interesting. Best mobile game, Marvel Snap won. You were shocked about it. What's Raid Shadow Legends? What is that? I've never played that. Raid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you think I've never heard of Marvel Snap, but if you watch anything on YouTube, stuff on Twitch, they're always shilling Raid Shadow Legends because those content creators really are.
Huh. Yeah, it looks like it looks, what is it, like a turn-based?
But I kind of think mobile gaming's kind of over at this point. It was in the 2010s.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Marvel Snap is I mean, it's not a very enjoyable. It's a card-based game. The only thing that I like about it is the decks that you make. They're not giant decks, so it's a little more manageable, and they're pretty quick. They're pretty quick with the they're pretty quick with the game. So every time you do one, you could kind of turn it around and do it pretty good. So yeah, Raid Shadow Legends looks like it was just like kind of a turn-based kind of thing. And then we got, the lag is pretty wacky because I see your message. Do you want to try just calling with WhatsApp? Do you want to try that, Marty? You could try just WhatsApp with your phone.
We can try that, yeah.
Yeah, we could try it. Yeah, let's see.
How about that?
Yeah, let me see. Hold on. Let me
Sure.
get my phone working. Let's see. Yeah, just because where are we at? Oh, what is it? Yeah, just because you might be able to. Even if I could just hear you real time, would be better than the lag. Does WhatsApp have? Does it have a FaceTime on the thing? Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know. It should be. I should be good with getting you. All right, man. You want to try? Call me on WhatsApp, and then I'll answer. And you'll see me. We won't be able to see you here, but at least we could hear you, and it'll be fine. Then it'll be a little more real time. Sweet. All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So, yes. Okay. Wait. Um, there we go. Okay. Hold on. All right. Can you hear me?
Yep, that is working
Yes.
way better. I do apologize to anybody watching the stream.
That
That was really painful, and now there's a lot of feedback.
No, it's okay. I fixed it.
really painful, and now there's a lot of.
Switch to a video call. I wonder if we should switch to a video. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's up to you if you want to do the video call, then you can see my face. Great. All right. Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna mute you on the stream. Oh, never mind. Okay, cool. All right, great. All right, let's rock roll. Let me see if I can hear you.
Hello,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yeah. I need to do that.
Excellent.
Weird. Oh well. Okay. All right, let's keep it like this. Okay, great. Perfect. So, let's you know what? Let's do this. Let's start from the game awards. That way, if I want, I can edit. I like the stuff we talked about, the Christopher Judge stuff. Let's start the game awards. So let's just start that segment over and just go through.
Yeah, sure.
All right, sweet.
So,
Okay, great. All right. Hopefully you should be on this side. Great. All right, cool. All right. The Game Awards 2022, Marty. How did we do? What won Game of the Year?
well, your favorite game, which you've professed undying love for, Elden Ring, the greatest game of all time, which can do no wrong, has impeccable storytelling by George R. R. Martin, the best, the one and only, the best Souls game, Elden Ring.
Elden
And of
Ring.
course.
Elden Ring.
And what did you say? Is it interesting? Yes.
I
Is
said
it pretty?
I said
Yeah.
it should have been. I mean, to me, it should have been God of War. I know God of War won a bunch. Also, I think George R. R. Martin needs to just finish his own books before he writes for other things.
Hmm.
You know, he's being such a little
However,
bastard. However,
God of War did make out like a bandit.
it did. It did.
So, as we know, they got best narrative. Elden Ring didn't, which I think will please a lot of people.
Yes, and it pleases me as well because, like I said, I made a TikTok about it, and everyone was just kind of, they're like, "Oh, just because you're not spoon-fed a story doesn't mean there's no story." Duh. And I just disagreed. I was like, "Well, I want to play a game that has a story I could follow," and it felt like you couldn't. So, best narrative went to God of War, which is great. Who won best direction?
Now, best direction was Elden Ring. We had a little bit of discussion about this, didn't we? And trying to figure out what was it? Is it the mocap? Is it the voice acting? Is it the art direction? Now, the art direction, yeah, I'm going to say Caelid is definitely a standout area in that game. It's effectively this big rotting swamp just full of giant blooming flowers, lotus flowers, these incredible rock formations from the remains of giants. It's this incredible place. But at the same time, the rest of the game isn't that inspiring looking. For me, like a veteran Souls player, it was more about the challenges, the environment, the equipment you get. But Souls is about that art direction. So I am a little bit surprised at that, honestly. But then again, there's a separate category, best art direction, which also went to Elden Ring.
Wow.
So, you know what? We really should have paid more attention to the Game Awards this
year. Yes, I was, like I was saying before, I just didn't follow it. So best score, who won best score?
Best score was God of War. Bear McCreary, of course, legendary composer.
Legendary.
Oh yeah, that is his greatest work. Absolutely. I don't think anything else was going to live up to that. It just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, although, got to say, it was a foregone conclusion God of War and Elden Ring were going to snatch practically everything. There's not been a great deal of competition in terms of AAA.
Yes.
But, that kind of leads us there were indie game categories, content creator categories, practically everything you can think of, even esports.
Oh, yeah.
Although we did kind of leave that one out, I think, didn't
we? Yeah, I don't care about which esports team won and who won best coaching. I'm like, whatever. Great. So then best audio design went to
God of War.
God of War, very good. Best performance was, you said, Christopher Judge, also known as T. Alk from Stargate, and you were very shocked that I never really watched a lot of Stargate SG-1. You were like, what? And I didn't realize that he was in it. I didn't realize he was the one that was in it, and then we found out that T.C. Carson was the original voice of Kratos and not Christopher Judge.
I mean, I think we've got differing opinions on that. So personally, I'm delighted that Christopher Judge is the new Kratos.
Yeah.
The man with the loveliest eyelashes in all of the universe finally gets to be the God of War. Wait, no, Kratos isn't the God of War, though, is he? It was Mars.
Yes, I think. Oh yeah. Well, he killed it. I mean, the God of War games are awesome. They're one of my favorite. It's my favorite series, almost of all time, besides BioShock and Fallout. Love God of War. Played them all, except for Ascension. I only played halfway because that was one that I smashed my controller in the kitchen because it got me so mad. So he's great. Listen, he's excellent as Kratos. It's but I was saying before, just this, it's a bummer as a voice actor to know that you're fired without knowing it. You just, you hear a game's coming up, you're like, this is gonna be great. Oh, more work, excellent. And then just no one cares. Celebrities, even though T-Alka, he's not a huge character from Stargate, he's still, he's known. And it just sucks when these gaming companies just go with, known actors. Oh, like, let TC Carson audition for it. But, I don't know, whatever. So best indie game was Stray, which you never played, except for you said you saw Peter Griffin version of Peter Griffin's.
Yeah. So I was kind of looking up footage of some of these games, Sifu as well, which actually seems pretty badass. And most of the videos I found were these games, but modded. So Stray, and practically everything in there was Peter Griffin. I think in Sifu, everyone was a Muppet, which was kind of sold me on it. It's not as cool without Muppets, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I love them. I'm a huge Muppet fan here. Love them. Love them.
But yeah,
so we had best mobile game, Marvel Snap. I'll give it to that. You wanted Raid Shadow Legends. You say you see that a lot, which looks like it's more of a, it's more of a Diablo turn-based kind of game. Marvel Snap's a card game. It's very basic, very simple. It was super fun for the first like 40 levels, and then when you start fighting people with better cards, it becomes pay to play. And I think that's where Hearthstone fails. That's where these card games fail, which I'm surprised Marvel Snap won for Game of the Year. Because it's like, well, is that because of downloads or because of fun? Because like I said, these games just you get to a point that you're either against people that play the game so much they have better cards, or they buy booster packs with better cards, and you kind of fall. It's like a hill. It's like, this is so fun, and then it drops down immediately. Who won Best Action Game?
Best Action Game, Bayonetta 3.
Interesting. Now that is interesting. That Bayonetta 3 won for Best Action Game. With all the craziness go on, I would think it would have been God of War. So the Best Adventure Game, I know we're reconnecting. That's what the beep is. Best Adventure Game, God of War. And then Best RPG, who was that? Tell me, Marty.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
That's a little, I'm going to tell you this. I love Elden Ring, but that is bullshit. Actual bullshit. Elden Ring is not an RPG. Elden Ring is an action adventure game. It's sort of a roguelike in a way, after a fashion. It's not an RPG. It's just not.
I agree. I agree. It is.
I'm talking myself out of enjoying Elden Ring. I think you're starting to influence me now.
Yes, I am.
Not good.
I'm starting really. I'm influencing you to be like, you're gonna play it. You're like, oh, this sucks, and I'll be like, yeah, it does suck. I played.
God, I'm going to be playing.
Well, I played the shit. Like, I played the shit out of it. Like I said last week's episode, I found myself playing it at Ian's house, and every morning waking up and playing it for like an hour or two. And it was fun to watch him play. And I did not enjoy myself, but it's like once it took, 4 bad fights in a row. And I'm like, I just don't know who to fight. It's like if you mark off the areas that I can go to, but the fact that you show up to an area, you slash at an enemy and you're like, oh, okay, I can't kill this guy. Then you go to a different area. You're like, oh, I can't kill this guy. And so it's like, I like games where every section kind of opens up, continuing to, so I know where I can go. I can fight here. This is good. I can fight here. This is good. But I'm also a baby and I'm bad at video games, which is fine. Best fighting game. It's gotta be Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, right, Marty? What is it?
Best fighting game was, and I'm really offended at this because I used to be really into my fighting games. One of my friends was an Evo player.
Ooh.
Multiverse. Why? Who fucking voted Multiverse? What?
Yeah.
Hello. In fact, quote the angry video game nerd. What a shitload of fuck. Right?
Yeah. I don't know how Multiverse won. We don't have any fighting games. Street Fighter 6 isn't coming out till I think January. We could get to, like, it's just, it's crazy that Multiversus won. It shows that there is not enough fighting games out there. What was your favorite fighting game? What was your fighting game of choice? On a side note,
Guilty Gear, King of Fighters, fighting games. But instead, for some reason, Steven Universe versus Johnny Bravo got the award.
Yeah,
and it won't have gone on sales because it's not a good game.
It's free.
No one cares about it.
It's a free game. You play it for free.
Who downloaded it?
There's no sales.
Tell me.
I did download. I did play. I think I played one round of it. It's not my thing. I'm a Mortal Kombat. I'm a Street Fighter guy. Those are my games. And, Multiversus is just not. Best sports game. Crazy. Who won this?
Well, this has been discussed recently as well, Gran Turismo, which also got a nomination in Best Sound Effect.
Really?
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, you were making car noises about it and saying it sounds really boring. But
how do you make a sound effect? It's like racing game. Who cares?
You just have a guy make car noises into the microphone. That'll do, I guess. But it probably happened.
That's crazy.
But no.
And then, best strategy game. You were so pissed. Mario and Rabbids. Why when we had Warhammer Total War this year?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Right, fucking Mario and Rabbids.
Yep.
Best strategy game.
It's crazy.
Warhammer Total War 3 came out this year to critical acclaim, rapturous applause. It's great. Everybody loves it. But no, Mario and Rabbids, that a property which is, I don't know, like 15 years old. No one cares about it.
Yep.
I think we're being trolled. I really think we're being trolled at this point.
Well,
that's just offensive.
I also think we're being trolled when best multiplayer went to Splatoon 3.
I don't know. It's pretty fun.
I mean, it is, but I didn't even know the third one came out. You're competing against Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I would give it to Overwatch 2, but they shit the bed on their launch, and I'll never forgive them for that.
Well, they shit the bed on a lot of things there, didn't they?
Yeah, it's crazy. Content creator of the year went to Ludwig. Who's he? I don't know.
Yeah. Who is Ludwig? Really? I've never heard of that guy.
It's just, there's all these worlds I want to be a part of. I don't want to be a content creator, even though I kind of fell into it, and I'm not good at it by far. I love podcasting, but I'm not good at it unless the circumstances are correct. I'm not good at gaming, so I can't be an esports player, but I love playing video games. It's crazy. So it's like I would be able to tell you who Ludwig is, but who knows? Because I would think Mr. Beast would have won. He's the only person I kind of know who he is. But
not really sure what he does either.
Mr. Beast, I don't know. He does like huge, weird viral videos. Like he has enough followers and does enough weirdness that there's a talent and there's an art to this. So I'm not gonna say they're not talented, because there is a talent to like how to make these videos and what to do and what works, but I don't think so. And then finally, most anticipated game was a category, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
There's almost no information on this. So I think, what was it, a 30-second trailer with no gameplay in it. A bunch of people chimped out about it.
Yeah.
And now it's most anticipated game. I mean,
it's crazy.
They could do better than that.
They could do better, and it's crazy. So that was the Game Awards. How fun! There was a lot of categories that you were very shocked by, and so was I. Again, can't wait till next year. Just kidding. I can. I never care. I never care about this stuff.
I don't know. Maybe we should do our own Game Awards next year.
We should do our own Game Awards. We should do. We did it once. Unlimited Lives TV did it once with my friend Joe, and it was really fun when we were doing stuff at the Microsoft studio in Manhattan. It was really fun. So let's see. Let's jump on Street Fighter 6, accidentally confirmed for June 2023. Marty, what happened?
Well, there was a early PlayStation Store listing which leaked the release date ahead of any other press release, including the Game Awards.
Wow.
Whoops.
Oh,
that's quite embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You're caught with your release pants down.
Yeah, I believe it's the 2nd of June. Don't quote me on that, though. Yeah. And they're probably going to shuffle it now.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? I don't know about you, but I can't wait to finally be able to make Mr. Bean and Shrek on that character creator. Because right now with the closed beta, you can only make one. And I mean, it's so hard to choose. Are you Shrek? Are you Mr. Bean?
Exactly. Are you a man with a giant torso and tiny little legs? Who do you want to be? I don't know. I am. Did you like Street Fighter V?
No.
Yep.
Big fan of Street Fighter 4. Incredible game. Spent a lot of time on that. Played it with my friends a lot. I had some success online playing that. Put so much time into it. Had the Ultra Arcade Edition. Everything was unlocked. It was great. And then we get Street Fighter 5, and it followed in the wake of, how Killer Instinct, you had to pay for all the different characters that you wanted on all the stages.
Yeah.
It went with that. The initial release was an arcade mode with a few guys, and you basically couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was pretty, it was bad. And there was also I was trying. I mean, I talked about this on the podcast before, and I'll just touch on it real fast. Me and Jeff and Brian, who does Jeff Cerulli, who does the podcast bunch, Brian McGinnis from Playable Characters Podcast, and the Videoizers. We tried playing Street Fighter V. We downloaded it, and there was like 25 pages of acknowledgments and contracts, and you have to create a battle pass, and then you have to confirm it was like confirm your email, and it's just and then finally when we got in, it was like 6 characters, and it just sucked. And then the controls the super moves were annoying as always, and I didn't know what the Evo XA meter was and the XA Evo meter was, and it just was, Street Fighter 4 was great. It was very simple. You had your super move, and then you charge up and do it. Or I think the half super move, you could do like a powered up move. And I was like, great. But when they started getting like EX Evo meters or whatever, I was like, I don't care. So we'll see. I mean, what are you going to play it on if you get Street Fighter 6? What are you playing, a PC?
I mean, if they release it on PS4, then maybe, just maybe I'll play it. In fact, I'll definitely maybe play it because it's Street Fighter. But, I'm still pretty cynical about PS5. I think 99% of the games are PS4 reskins. So we're going to have to see.
Yeah, I think, if you're in the market for a new console, PS5 is great. I think Xbox did a lot of reskins. I think PlayStation has a bit, you like God of War can't run on PS4. I don't think, right? I don't think so. But yeah, if you're looking into a console, I mean, am I wrong? I didn't think God of War Ragnarok, I didn't think it was for PS4. Am I wrong? Let's see. Out now on PS4 and PS5. Oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It is. All right. I don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, unless you wait for PS6, but who knows when that's going to be? In 10 years, 15 years, who knows?
Yeah, I'm still, there's been a lot of talk for years of, will this be the last console generation? Are they going to just start doing hardware upgrades?
Yeah.
Now, I don't think so, only because they want to keep making money.
Yes. Yeah, that's an easy way to make money. You know what I think the only thing I could think about, I'll tell you what would make this the last. But how do you do it? Cloud gaming to me would make consoles obsolete. I don't know. Here's the thing, and I don't know if you know this. Is cloud gaming less powerful than a souped up PC at home? I don't know. Would you know the answer to that?
I mean, we could speculate that it is less powerful because it's relying on hardware that isn't in your home.
Okay.
And it's hard to say, isn't it?
Right? That's a good question, right? Because it's
really, really hard to say.
Yeah, because you're right about, number one, let's say you're streaming with the best internet. So let's say internet is not a factor. Let's say you have not a T1 line. I think T1 is probably an old. I'm showing my AOL years. But let's say you have fiber. you have fiber optic in your house, which is like I think we have fiber in this building. Let's say you have a house. Let's say you have a dedicated Verizon from the pole, fiber run to your house, like they do. Nothing wrong. Plugged right into your. But how would you cloud game? See, this is what I always wonder, because I have a MacBook Pro. So if I cloud game on my MacBook Pro, I would imagine I'm at the mercy of my MacBook Pro's video card, or am I at the mercy of the web browser's resolution?
I don't know, because that that new fold out smartphone.
Yeah.
That was pretty sophisticated. You can stream games on that. My friend Dan has one of those phones, and it runs XCOM 2 and various other stuff. Obviously, that's last gen.
Yeah.
But it streams it, which is really, really cool. So, well, that suggests maybe it doesn't quite have the powers to run a PS5 game or a Series S game, I guess, if it's running a 360 game.
I mean, maybe now, because it's also like when you look at something like Google Stadia, right? Which, had a very short-lived shelf life. But it was interesting that I had a Chromecast Ultra, which is a 4K Ultra Chromecast. And, I just hooked that into the TV. And as long as the TV was a 4K TV, I would imagine I was able to stream a game at 4K, I guess. I don't know. I think cloud gaming is the way to go, but I do think that's a valid point of will games hit a ceiling that PC games can bypass, and that future consoles can also break that ceiling? Because as well, just
I kind of
what?
So I was having a discussion about this at work today. I think unless you've got a lot of money, and I mean a lot, most devs have hit the ceiling now.
Huh.
In terms of what they can do with technology. Easy. Think about the previous generation. There's a lot of devs that didn't even get the most out of that technology because they didn't have the money. The biggest devs around are always going to find ways to exploit the new technology. But when you look at it, a lot of popular stuff that comes out is pretty antiquated looking, isn't it? Stray, Seafood, they're actually quite simple games in terms of technology. They really are. So I think even if there was better tech, a lot of devs aren't necessarily going to even make use of it. So it kind of puts into question, if you're doing cloud gaming, maybe those simpler games would actually be fine on something like that.
Yeah, but the games of like when you want to play, I'm also aware that when the PlayStation 5 was released and the Xbox Series S, X, whatever was released, they already were 4 years obsolete via PC gaming, because it takes these, because they're building the console at the time with what we have at the time. And if the console is in production for 4 years, the equipment is 4 years old. Does it do the trick? Absolutely. But I think with cloud gaming, I don't know. I think cloud gaming is the way to go, but I do think, like I said, I would imagine if they're hitting a ceiling with the PS5, with cloud gaming, I don't know where they're going to go with it. So I think there'll always be consoles for a little while longer until Sony can sell like their own version of a Chromecast, or Xbox has their own version of a thing. Possibly. I don't know. When I played Cyberpunk 2077, I played it on Stadia on a 60 FPS monitor. I think that's next to me right here. And I had it on PlayStation 2 as well. And I guess it looked a little better on Stadia, but I don't know. I also don't know if it would have looked better on a PC that was souped up versus just the monitor. So we'll see. Moving on. I want to definitely get to this. I think this has been an hour doc for a while, bouncing until finally it is. So fill me in on this whole EA deleted all porno from the Sims 4 public gallery during a recent update, because this is fascinating.
Well, do I have a story for you?
Oh, weave
I've
that
been
tail.
sitting on this one.
Yes, you sit on it.
Oh. So EA did indeed delete all of the porno from the public galleries on Sims 4. I believe it's known as the profanity filter update, and it removes anything that's disagreeable, endangers children, or might be considered vulgar or offensive. Yeah, and what we do know is that gallery is probably completely empty right now because the only thing getting uploaded there is porn, Sims porn. From people who can't play Second Life anymore. That's not a thing. Yeah. But, I mean, I believe...
Yeah, so this is what a rep from the Sims developer Maxis says. We are aware of and have seen some selected instances of wholly unacceptable content that has been uploaded to the Sims 4 gallery. Our team has reviewed and made critical updates to the profanity filter to help prevent this from happening again in the future. We are grateful for the community's vigilance in helping us identify these inappropriate uploads so we can maintain a safe, creative environment for our players. We will continue to do our part, quickly taking down objectionable content that surfaces, identifying and removing repeat offenders, and regularly reviewing profanity filter in case any updates need to be made.
They did the right thing.
Of course,
as you may or may not know, there was a bit of an infamous bug in Sims 4, which became somebody's fetish, obviously, because this is the internet. So I think Maxis decided to remove sexual orientation from Sims. Fine, whatever. However, they decided to remove it from all characters. And then there was a bug which led to small children being able to age rapidly into adults. And they decided that when they took sexual orientation out, they were going to put incest in there. So that public gallery is full of incest, is what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Small babies who transformed into waifus after a week of gameplay. It's, you know, and then got stuck in a washing machine and
That's my favorite category of pornography is someone stuck in under a bed in a washing machine. It's not even my favorite, Marty, to masturbate. It's my favorite in the fact that it is so cartoonishly stupid. And I don't understand because realistically, and I've said, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but I've said it to Ian because we've talked about this doing a road trip and we started laughing about Pornhub categories. And when we talked about the ones where it's like my stepmom's caught in a dishwasher or someone's caught in a door or under the sink or under a table or under a bed, you are watching a person take advantage sexually of a mentally ill person. Because technically, if you're stuck in a washing machine or stuck in a door that you could easily get out of, you have issues. You have spatial awareness. There's something wrong with your brain. And it's so funny that it became such a huge, weird category. Oh, so funny. Great reference. So,
I mean, it is basically Sims porn, is what you're saying.
I like that someone, when EA, they're like, well, what, like some perverted guy's like, EA, just give me an example. And EA's like, don't worry about it. Some guy's like, no, come on. Just what?
Probably best not to know.
Yeah, what? Can you tell us what it is? Like, tell us slowly. What is it? Slow down. Oh, so great.
I mean, There's been plenty of things concerning parents about internet gaming recently, haven't there?
There is. So it seems that you also found a great story that Fortnite developers Epic being sued again. Now they're being sued by parents for destroying their kids' lives. What is this about, man?
Yeah, so and again, the older I get, the more on board I am with this. Concerned parents in Quebec are suing Epic for destroying their children's lives.
Wow.
So there is a class action lawsuit from parents in Quebec against Epic. So the parents have criticized the game being addictive. They say that the game has caused psychological and physical problems. It's caused financial issues. Although I don't imagine 10-year-olds being that wealthy.
Yeah, it's really not. And also, if they settle in court, will Epic just give them V-Bucks?
Oh my god! Yeah, they'll probably just give them extra dances and skins or something.
Yeah,
because they're so addicted to Fortnite. Here's Spider-Man. You can be Spider-Man now.
Yep.
Case closed.
Yep. Yeah.
Seriously though,
it is a weird.
Those families are seeking damages.
Yeah, the families are seeking damages, and then Epic has 30 days from December 12th to appeal the case before it goes to trial. The lawsuit outlines that some of the children spent hundreds of dollars on DLC without their parents' consent, wasted thousands of hours playing the game to the detriment of real-world social interaction, hygiene, and sleeping. I mean, that's a gamer, Marty. Gamers don't deal with hygiene, sleeping, and social interactions.
Now, it does smack of Mother's Basement a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Yes, of course it does. And I think the thing with Fortnite, and I play it now. I don't play it a ton. The advantage to Fortnite is if you don't play it for a while or don't spend any money, you are fine. So you can get away with not playing. You could get away with playing the game once a month. The only thing you're going to be, the only thing you'll miss out on is, I don't know, you might miss out on certain guns that come out certain seasons. But everything that you spend money on is straight up cosmetic. Now, of course, the little kids, I get it. They don't understand the concept of you don't need to pay this, you need to play this money. But, I think a bunch of kids were asked in a poll that the top 2 occupations that kids strive for these days is a doctor was one, and an social media influencer / gaming streamer was 2. I know.
Oh my god!
So we're getting there, But I think I don't know. I mean, it also I don't know if the parents have anything. I don't know if the parents really have any leg to stand on, because as a parent, I'm not a parent yet. Marty, do you have kids or no?
No, although I am terrified at the idea of raising kids who want to be influencers.
Me too. And it's it's a thing of this is also on the parents, because the parents are the ones that control the money, even though their cards are being stolen. That's terrible. But the parents are also the ones in charge of, you can cut the internet from your kid's room. If there's no online, they can't play. You should, get your kids to do activities outside. Take care of your children. When I was a young kid and we didn't have Fortnite, but we had, Nintendo and whatever, I get yelled at tons of times that my mom was like, go outside. She would come in the room and go, turn this off, go outside. And if you are a lazy, I think that this breeds of lazy parenting, because if you're a lazy parent, you're not going to pay attention to your kid when they come home from school for 5, 6, 7 hours. And then when you find out they were playing Fortnite for 5 of those 7 hours, you can't go, you have to parent your kids. You have to be like, when they come home, hey, you can play Fortnite for an hour, then you have to go outside. So
this is that's Epic's appeal right there. So Epic have 30 days from the 12th of December to appeal this. One of their arguments being that they have a lot of different parental controls on the game, where you can limit exposure to the game, you can turn transactions off, etc. You can monitor how many hours your children are playing. On the flip side of that, there is nothing to indicate that there is any sort of educational material for parents to be aware of it.
yes,
You know, we've had these controversies in other ways before. In Great Britain, for example, a lot of games have film classifications. So if it's effectively an adults-only game, it often still gets into the hands of children because parents just buy it.
yes,
And video game shops were the ones getting fined for this. Whereas I'm not going to say bad parenting, I'm going to say lazy parenting, like you did.
lazy parenting is fine.
Because again, and this is going to make me sound like a very boring middle-aged man, I don't think small children should be playing Mortal Kombat or GTA.
I agree.
They shouldn't. At the same time, I don't think video games make people violent.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a complicated one. I feel bad for the families. I feel very heartbroken about these children.
Yeah.
But this isn't the first time this has happened.
No.
This has happened for decades. It's not going to be the last time this happens. I kind of want Epic to be made an example of a little bit, but I think they'll probably be fine.
They'll be fine. They're also going to. I think they're also going to win in court just for the fact that they have all the things there to do it. And I would imagine if you Google Fortnite parental restrictions, I would imagine you'd find a ton of videos and things out there. But I think it does come back to, I think it is. It's a lazy parenting of just like you're not paying attention to your kids, and then you're letting TV and video games raise and babysit your children. Then when you're not watching and things going on, you're trying to pass the buck to someone else. Like, well, it's not my fault that I didn't make an addicting video game. And it's like, no, you didn't. But you can also, it also doesn't help that Fortnite is free, to be very honest with you. If Fortnite was $1 or $5, the kids would have to do that first step into, accessing the game. And also just, it's just how it's how gaming is. And there'll always be a Fortnite. There's Roblox, there's Minecraft. There's always going to be something. And I think as a parent,
I mean, there's Overwatch 2 as well.
Yeah. You have Overwatch 2. It'll always be there. But it is a good question of, the time comes when I want to have kids. It is that question of, how old will they be when I let them watch me play video games that are appropriate, obviously? How old are they going to be when I allow them to play Mario and whatever? I have to see if I keep my money where my mouth is. When I have like a 9-year-old kid, am I going to be a lazy parent and being like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, why are you playing Fortnite for season 400? And it's like, then my kid's stealing my wallet for V-Bucks. And I'm like, ah,
I don't know. I don't know if I started a family, I don't know if I would want my kids to play video games full stop. I don't know if that's a sort of cruelty to children thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is. I mean, would I have survived childhood without Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Maybe yes, but do I want to find out what life would have been like without Sonic the Hedgehog? No.
Yeah.
I do not.
That's a great point. And on that note, Marty, what a fun show to have you on, man. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for all the work you always do. This was wonderful. I can't wait to have you on again, which is great. And we'll either do this same version through the phone, or, we'll see how we get it working. But this was definitely fun, man. I really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, sure. Hopefully, we will have solved our technical issues. And again, for listeners who were watching or listening live, I would like to profusely apologize about that. We had a bit of an adventure prior to recording, didn't we?
It really was a fun road. Marty, is there anything you want to plug? Do you have a Twitch channel or Twitter? Anything you want to plug, or you just want to say private? Whatever you want.
Oh, I am remarkably boring on the internet. I mean, I don't know. I think people in the group know where to find me. You can send me a friend request if you want. I write a lot of really, really crappy haikus. One about body shaming a dead goose at the moment. I'm really proud of that one. You could come and find me, guys.
Great. That's awesome. You can find Marty, and you can find me at TJ Del Reno on TikTok and all social media, Twitter, Instagram. Follow the podcast Unlimited SXM on Twitter and Unlimited Lives on iTunes. Tell your friends, tell your family. Have holidays. Oh, we'll definitely have an episode before. Oh, we definitely will. Well, see you guys next week. Thank you, Marty, again. We'll catch you guys later. See ya. That was great. We're still broadcasting. We'll end the broadcast in a minute. Marty, thank you so much. This was great, dude.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I'm so sorry about that first 10 minutes. I think my laptop overheated because it's a piece of shit.
That's all right, man.
And then it kept lagging because it's a piece of shit.
It's fine. I think, like I said, it's easy for me. I could just pop in. I'm just going to cut it down. Might just start the Game Awards, which is fine. It all works out great. All right, dude. I'll talk to you in a bit, man. Thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, man. I'll talk to you in a little bit. See ya.